show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
They some dogs, they some dogs. They some dogs, they some dogs. They some dogs, they some dogs. They some dogs, they some dogs.
What's going on YouTube? What's going on Facebook and all the social media networks? Once again, you are tuned into another episode of TMD Sports, the BFO and the My Dogs podcast, which together we are the Ulterior Motorsports Sports Podcast Network. Couldn't even spit it out. Chrissy Acutie's in the building, but today TP is going to get introduced first because Chrissy got some stuff she wants to say. TP, what's good, player?
What's good? What's good? It's your boy Thorough from the My Dogs podcast, where my opinions are always my opinions. Please hit that like and share button on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all the social medias. We thank y'all. Leave them comments, and we got a good one for y'all today. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, Chrissy, make sure you watch some comments, please. I appreciate you. Speaking of which, Chrissy Acutie, what's cracking, baby?
Well, I'm glad to be back on with you guys. I missed you last week, and that's why I wanted you to introduce TP first, because I wanted to ask you guys before we got talking about all this football stuff about your experience with the two Rays, the boxers. I'm so jealous. Like, I want to hear just a little bit about what you guys did last weekend or last Thursday, a week from today.
See, there she go, deviating from the plan. we had a good time, but you know what? I'm gonna tie this into it. As you, if you didn't know, last week we matter of fact, CP, go ahead and break it down. What we do last Thursday, bro?
Well, last Thursday I got a little rash because I was in Pittsburgh for the draft party, and my allergies was going out. I don't know what it was. It was probably because I was in Pittsburgh. But, oh, man, AG and his crew, we are his crew. We are his loved ones. We went to Pittsburgh for the draft party and collaborations with another Browns group, which can't think of the name right off the top of my head.
Brown backers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, we went up there for the first round of the draft. Me and Deke, we interviewed some boxers. We interviewed some players. We signed a lot of people up. I mean, we had a good time. They showed us some love in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, what's up? We're gonna be there next year, and we're gonna take over. We're gonna take over next year. We was in their casino. We was acting up in their casino. We did our thing.
No doubt. And speaking of this, we could all tie this in. Speaking of which, we got an event coming up with Tuscarawas County Browns backers and TMD Sports. Legends Bowling. You guys get a chance. One of the person we interviewed was Ray Mancini. Ray's going to be there. You know, the Browns' new defensive lineman, Ralph Holly, Felix Wright, Greg Pruitt, Anthony Griggs, Mike Pruitt, Travis Tucker, a boxer named Mr. Sweet Sugar Dion, and a band member. Sponsored by Big Time Sports. I can't even spit the guy's name out. It is what it is. Sorry about that. But we're going to be there, and make sure you check those comments and links, man. We want to see you guys. We want to see you guys out there. Come and have a good time. We might have some other people we surprised to come out there, and I can't tell you. You just got to come out there. Somebody else going to be out there, man. You never know. Just get your tickets. Make sure you go to eventbrite.com. We're going to post a link. Get your tickets, $30 for singles. You'll be placed on a team. And if you want to buy a whole alley, It's $150 for 6 people. Let's go out there. Let's have a good time. The dogs, if you watch the dogs podcast, they will be out there. Show dog. You may see Pumpkinhead. It is what it is. It's some people, man. So just come out and have a good time. All right, let's get it, y'all. Now,
all right.
We are in a controversial state,
Yes.
How should I say? We want to have a conversation tonight about why, in our personal opinions, to establish the context of the show, why did Shedeur fall to 5? Some people feel it was Dion. Some people feel it may be racially motivated. We don't know, but we're just giving you our personal opinions. Like my man said, our opinions are our opinions. Don't get offended. And please do not post anything racial in the comments and dogging other cultures. We don't do that. We're just giving you our personal opinion.
I won't put up with it. I heard y'all had to deal with some bullshit last night, and I'm sorry. I will say that's some bullshit. I do not put up with that. So you want to bring some bullshit, we'll be blocking your ass.
I heard that. All right. So, Christy, do you want to go second? You want TP to go?
I'll let TP go first.
All right. TP, in your professional opinion, my brother, being an African-American male, what is one of your reasons why you feel Shedeur slid to the 5th round, my brother?
Well, like I said, my opinion is always my opinion, but this is my truth. Don't hate me on my truth. Shedeur fell because he even said it. Him and his brothers, they all said, wait a minute, what's that comment? But is that yes, that comment is that was up there. Yes. I mean, it was at first it was a little bit funny that maybe he didn't go in the 1st round, but after that it started getting ridiculous. And they would just they wanted to send a message to Dion that we run this, not you. You're not going to say you're not going to try to pull a Eli Manning. We own you. We the NFL. We run this thing, and it wasn't. To me, it's he could have failed to the 1st, maybe the 2nd round, but the 5th round that was just the NFL sending a message to him, and I don't like it because it went too far. I will say no. I won't say it was racially profiled. No, it was targeted to one family, and the kids are taking. They don't like Dion. They don't like Dion's swag, and they taking it out on his kids. They don't have nothing to do with Shedeur and Shiloh. They are great kids. They handle themselves professionally. And what I don't like is all the videos and everything that they sing. Like I said, I tell everybody, prove me wrong. Show me one clip, just one. I ain't even asking for 2. I ain't asking for 10. Show me one clip of Shedeur Sanders saying anything foul and reckless. And that just go ahead, because I mean they're just putting lies out there.
Okay, so Angel asks, do you believe the reports that he didn't take the interview seriously? And we do have video of him stating, some people may have viewed it as being cocky. Some people may have viewed it as being entitled because, I'm sorry, but I think that's how he was raised. His dad raised him to be cocky and to feel that way. And, confident. He was, confident. But when you look at, and I took a lot of notes today, and I looked at his last 4 years in college, and I went over some of his numbers. And Jackson State, his numbers were actually better than they were at Colorado. He had better win-loss ratios. He had higher completion percentages. One thing is the boy loves being sacked. I swear. Last season alone, 42 sacks he took. In 2023, he took 52. Now, granted, that's not his fault, but kind of is because you got to get rid of the ball, and
numbers wasn't a factor. Numbers wasn't a factor of why he went to the 5th round. This has nothing to do with his numbers.
No, I do believe that he fell to the 5th round because somebody was proving a point. And it was because I think he went into the interviews and he didn't realize, like, this is a job interview. You know, when we go into job interviews, you know, we're very professional. We'll, you know, we try to keep things, you know, just.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Christy.
Go
If
ahead.
I'm hiring you to be,
Yeah.
if I'm or all of y'all, anybody, if I'm hiring y'all to run my company, I'm hiring you to be the manager, the CEO.
Right.
Then
That's what
I'm
it is.
showing you the computers and all that stuff. This is where your desk is going to be at. This is where you're going to work at. Oh, okay, let's go down here to this closet. Oh, here go the vacuum. Show me how you know how to work that vacuum. Are you going to pick that vacuum up and vacuum the floor as good as you can, or you can be like, I ain't gonna never vacuum no floor. What's the point of me doing this? And
If I'm wanting the job and I got to know the job, and I'm going to be ordering other people. Well, not ordering, but if I'm the boss, I'm going to be making sure that other people are doing those jobs. I mean, it's a job interview. You go to the combine and you are essentially trying out for teams. You're trying to show off what you can bring to the table. And he just decided not to do that. Now, he's not the only player that decided not to do that. But I think that, you know, maybe Dion should have pushed him a little bit harder to, you know, be more personable with, you know, whoever he's interviewing with, because he is a very personable kid. I mean, we all saw the, you know, speeches that he was given at the high school, and I think that's great that he's getting involved. I think he spoke more at that high school than Deion Sanders has ever since he graduated from the high school that I went to, because Deion never came to North High School and did that for us. So I give props to Shedeur for doing that. I think
that's weak,
you know,
but
Hold on.
okay, I got. Wait a minute. One more.
Go ahead.
Am I being cocky, or am I being cocky, confidence, or lazy? Okay, tell me this, because I work for the electric company, and as I was training, I got pulled in the office for something similar to what Shedeur went through. When I was being trained by the linemen, now all my work happens at the house. Anything at the house that's get broke, I fix. But I was training with the linemen. They up 40 feet up on the pole. And while they was training me, now if they needed a tool, they needed anything, I'm handing it to them, boom, boom, boom. But I'm not asking them no questions about their job. So then, like a week later, supervisor called me in and says, I need you to be hands-on. I need you, when you was getting trained, they said that you didn't ask nothing about what they was doing. I said, first of all, don't bring me in for no stupid stuff. That's just me. Yes, that's wrong. But don't bring me in on no stupid stuff. I said, in a million years, I would never do anything up there. So I don't care about anything up there. I mean, so why am I asking about something that I would never, ever do in my life? I'm like, that's no reason. So, I mean,
wait. But so what is this in comparison to Shedeur? What did he not do that he's never going to do in his life for these teams that were asking him? What was he asked to perform to do that he didn't do?
When he thought he was going to be a top 5 pick or a top 2 pick. So if you number 15 and you want me to learn your playbook and you got the 15th pick, why? If you got the 30th pick or the 21st pick and you the Pittsburgh Steelers, why am I learning your playbook when I am not going past 5? I'm not going to waste my time learning something that I'm going to be gone. Yes, you can call it cocky and arrogant, and yes, you can say I bet on myself and it went wrong, but that's if his daddy wasn't Dion, he's not the first player and the only player that ever done that. What type of interview did was it not Johnny Manziel? Yeah, was it Johnny Manziel who said they ain't never learned a playbook in their life? What was his interview like?
And you know what? I never wanted his ass either.
Yeah,
And I
no,
never wanted
but
to
he
date
got,
her.
but he got picked.
Hold on.
But he got picked. Go ahead.
Time out. We're not talking about who we wanted here. Yeah.
Yes.
Let me get my funky off for a second, Thales. That's all I'm saying. So this is, like I said, this is my personal opinion. First off, I do believe that Dion helped the dissension of his son to descend, because he got on the show. First, he said that, hey, if my son goes somewhere I don't like, I'm going to protest it in private. Then all of a sudden, he's on podcasts, he's on TV shows, telling him he going to listen to me. I'm his dad. I get that. As a parent, I have 5 children. As a parent, you always want to steer your kids in that right direction. I get that. I think every parent should want their children to go in the right direction if you're any type of mother or father. So, and naturally, same thing with LeBron did. You want to protect your children because you want your children to be great. But at the same time, you got to let them take their lumps. You know what I'm saying? So when my daughter, I tried to tell your ass, but she didn't listen. So now, as I have to step back, and Dion never really stepped back. He just kept leading the forefront for Shedeur, and that's where he went wrong. And like we said earlier, the NFL is the shield. You protect the shield, and they're not going to let nobody come in from, I'm not saying he's an outsider, but they're not going to take that from 32 owners. But the crazy thing is, everybody posted, a lot of people posted that picture of when they drafted Shedeur, and Kevin Stefanski was sitting there like, and then Barry was sitting there. That is the face of frustration, because your owner just interfered again with your plan. Yes, he did.
No.
Hold on, Pippen.
They already answered that.
Hold on, Pippen. I don't give a goddamn what they answered. They lied too much, TP. You know that. They lied too much. Dog, they say one thing and do another. And I could tell the frustration. Hey, we had this game plan. Jimmy, we sat down. This is what we wanted to do. There you go again, deviating. He got that phone call from the Billionaire Boys Club and said, guess what? We're going to drop him. And he rolled with it for a minute until he said, you know what? I'm going to get his ass anyway. That's the shield, man. They don't always get along. But can he pick up the phone and call the Rooneys? Hell yeah. Can he pick up the phone and call Jerry? Hell yeah. And that's how this whole thing got started, when they started doing the message. Now at the end, they kind of deviated. What if they really wanted him to just completely fall off the map? And he deviated. Once again, your boy Jimmy is getting in the way. Jimmy went rogue. Thank you. D. I don't know why y'all can't see it. Your owner loves to interfere with shit. He does. I'm sorry.
They said it's going both ways. They said it's going, because you saying that he interfered in
the plan.
Wait a minute. Which way? Which way are you saying he interfered to go picking? To pick him in the 5th round?
Yeah.
And other people are twisting it around, saying that they look that way because they've been wanting him, but Jimmy interfered and said they don't draft him. They saying it vice versa. They saying it both ways.
But see,
they've been wanting to pick him, and Jimmy. So,
but see, you still verify what I said. Either way, whether he was supposed to go 3rd or 5th, he interfered. Now we'll never know what was said, but I know. And I'm just going to make a guesstimate. Jimmy got in the goddamn way once again. He did something that deviated from their plan. And now they sit up here and see, here we go. We're in a hopeless situation. Every time we come up with a plan to draft these players to do this, you interfere. And that's what is part of the reason why. That's just me. I'm just, like you say, my opinions are my opinions. And
was it fair for him to drop to the 5th round?
No, absolutely not. But like I said, your boy, he's the owner, dog. He taking the call. At the end of the day, you can't
blame Jimmy, because 31 other teams did the same thing.
He cashed the check. If I cash the check, you gonna do what I tell your ass to do.
Hold on. 31 other teams passed him up more than once also. So it wasn't just the Haslams that passed him up however many times. But look at all the other teams that passed him up all those times.
Did you hear where we said this is a Billionaire Boys Club? They communicate. When they decided, and I forgot who it was, he verified, the fall of Shedeur Sanders, was orchestrated with the help of all 32. That means they got on the phone and they started talking. And okay, we ain't gonna take it. Make sure you all agree. And then in the end, Jimmy said, you know what? Piss on y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get him now. I'm going to do what I want. They don't always get along. That's why they be at the NFL meetings. They argue. They do that. It's still a part of the club. You just can't. It's like going down the street and buying a house. Anybody can bid on this house. But when you're in the Billionaire Boys Club, they have to let you in. You just can't get it. We can have $3 billion right now, the three of us, and say we want to buy a team. We ain't dealing with none of y'all. Y'all can't get in. That's
Look at Angel's question. Look at Angel's question.
Yeah, he went rogue. We already said he went rogue because they wanted him to slide until the Browns said, you know what? Hey, Barry, go ahead and trade up and get him. Give them the assets. And that's what they did. They did exactly what they was told. That's why they was sitting there like, man, this is some bullshit. And they did what they was told.
What would have happened if Shedeur didn't get drafted? Where would the state of the NFL be? That's what this is about. This ain't about this is to me, this is a big conversation. This is something for us to stop letting this happen. And like I said, $1 billion club. It's just this is sickening of how it happened and how it's going to keep happening with the head coaches, the so-called Rooney Rule. This stuff got to stop. This stuff got to stop in the NFL. They didn't like Kaepernick. All he did was stand for what he wanted to stand for, and he got kicked out. I forgot the basketball player that he changed his name to something else. Every time somebody of color stands for something, then everybody, then all these sports don't want to have it. They be like, leave politics out of it. Go ahead.
What's Tim Tebow's excuse? Why did everybody get rid of him? Because he
just flat out sucked. He had his opportunity.
Great example. Tim Tebow did it, and everybody loved it. Everybody was doing the Tebow. Everybody was. Why was Tim Tebow's celebration celebrated, but nobody else's? Everybody get on Cam Newton. Cam Newton is cocky. What do Cam? They got mad. Y'all, oh my goodness. Y'all get on Cam Newton. Y'all get on Deshaun Watson because they go to the sideline and put a towel on their head. Come on, they can't do them. Then they get on. Oh, Cam always celebrating in the end zone. Do y'all know Cam Newton? Every time he celebrates, he go find a little kid and get that football too. And guess what?
I love Cam.
He takes a fine every time he put that ball in the stands for those little kids to have it. Man, come on. Stop.
You know why though?
Go ahead.
Cam has earned that. Cam is a great football player. He was great in college. He's great in the NFL. We haven't seen what Shedeur can do yet in the NFL. The NFL, as we all know, is a whole nother animal. Some quarterbacks, as college players, just can't make it in the NFL. So, I mean,
I like that comment. I can't argue with him. My man didn't show up. My man D Watt, you didn't show up for me. I was on their podcast talking heavy. I can't. What do you say? No argument. No doubt. But and that's the thing. It's all love. It's all love here. There's no racial tone or nothing going on. This is all love.
Because look,
I think, but that don't have. That's the world. That's society. That is not.
No. Look, the NFL hated when Tebow prayed.
Yeah, I know. That ain't the NFL. That ain't the NFL. Wait. That's society. That's not the NFL. That's society. Society do not want God in anything. That's why they try to take him out of church and everything. God is here. I don't care, and they don't. We got people. I don't believe in it.
He's thriving in society. He's doing great. He didn't thrive in the NFL.
Yeah. No, we were talking about the praying, but yeah.
All right. Hold on. Okay, let's break it down like this because Angel said he's confused. So, can we agree? Let's do it like this. Can we agree that one of the factors in this conversation was the fact that Deion interfered? Can we all agree to that?
100%.
The kids even know that.
Okay.
Now, if you watch it live, they always said it. Dad, why you do this?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Now, do we agree or do we feel that Jimmy Haslam somewhere within their plans between Barry and Stefanski interfered, whether he said, don't take him because the boys called me and then I'm going to take him? Do you agree with that? Or if you disagree, it's cool. It is what it is. I agree. He interfered somewhere in that process. He did. Now, Christy, what do you think?
I think we should have taken Dart.
That's not what I asked you. Come on now. That's not what I asked you. Come on.
I mean, I don't know what the process is. I mean, it should be up to the owner to say who he wants to pay and who he's going to write a check out to.
That's not what I asked you.
I
asked you, do you think that Jimmy has? Do you think that? No, come on. Go ahead.
You have AB and Stefanski in the positions that they are, and you're paying them to do the job instead of you picking them yourself as the owner. So do I think he had his hand in who we picked? Well, yeah. Okay. I mean, of course, they're going to do what they want, what Jimmy tells them to, because that's who's signing their paychecks. So whether he wanted them earlier or he finally decided, you know what, no skin off our back, let's go ahead and take him now in the 5th round, I don't know. None of us are ever going to know. All I know is I was raised to not view things as being a certain culture or a certain race. Mm-hmm. So when stuff like this comes up, I mean, you guys have been telling me, all week, you got to be careful because something you say that is perfectly innocent could be misconstrued.
This is true, but I'm just saying. I just asked you
because I don't view the world that way. Do I think Jimmy had a hand in his pick? Yes.
Okay, thank you. So that's 2-1 because TP feel like Jimmy didn't have nothing to do with it. Like Jimmy just sat back and chilled out. Okay, you already know.
But you didn't even you asked her, but you didn't even hear my explain.
Look at his history. Look at his history. We all talked about what he did with DW4. So why would he not do it again? He been interfering, and 92.3 The Fan, Daryl Ryder said the same thing. They felt the heat of Jimmy's breath on their back because he put that pressure on them. He interfered. He got in something again, and which is why the draft went the way it did. No matter who interfered, it got at least one.
Thank you. I love my football being mindless entertainment. And for the last week, I have been so stressed out. I've had so much anxiety. I've been so emotional. And it's like, I just want my mindless entertainment back. I just want to watch football. I don't care if it's the Pope out there throwing the football, which we don't even know who the new Pope is going to be, okay? I don't care if the Pope is out there throwing the football for the Cleveland Browns. I just want to watch football. Like,
Christy, that's not the business, Christy. That's not the business. This is.
Can I get asked that question?
Go ahead, TP.
No, set it up. Ask me the question the way you.
I asked you the question. I asked you, did you feel like Jimmy interfered? And you said you had already said no.
No, while she was talking, I was shaking her head, but can I explain why?
Go ahead, player.
Introduce me. Come on. No, set it up.
TP from the My Dogs podcast. Do you feel that Jimmy Haslam interfered in the gaming process and draft selection?
Okay, Solo. Wow, I'm glad you asked that question. But no, I think before the draft, they came up with they didn't the Browns. The Cleveland Browns. My opinion is always my opinion. Cleveland Browns had no dealings with the Shedeur fall. Before the draft, the Cleveland Browns, we already knew we was going to trade that pick. We already knew we was getting in the first round and how we was going to move. We already knew we passed up on Shedeur. So we don't link us to any of that stuff. That's why we picked him in the fifth round as a fifth round, fourth round, whatever bruh man from Martin used to do, fifth flow. But they had the draft the way they wanted to go. They got the DT. They already knew that when they made that trade, we're going at DT. Second round, okay, we got that linebacker. They already knew in the third and the fourth round is when they wanted to get their quarterback. Now, the only question we needed to know is why did they pick Dylan Gabriel over Shedeur? What
Okay.
did they like over that?
Okay.
But I don't.
Okay. So
I told you.
let me ask y'all a question. Hold on. Do you feel that Dylan Gabriel, with his little 5'11" ass, granted, he's got some wonderful stats. I'm not going to hate on his stats, but you already seen the direction. What happens when we get these short quarterbacks who can't see over the line? Now you're, forcing a different type of offense now with a guy like that. That guy's got to roll out of the pocket more so he can see. So does he honestly? Flacco's like 6'5", 6'6", and you're gonna put this guy in. He's taller than me. I'm 6'4", and you're gonna put this short dude in and say that his tangibles are better than Shedeur's? I'm just asking. So who do y'all think is he better than Shedeur? That's what I want to know. Christy, is he better than Shedeur?
According to all the numbers and gameplay, yes.
Okay, I'll roll with that. TP.
Don't put me on the spot.
No, dog, spit it out.
I'm with Angel. I told you, Angel. That's my dog. That's my brother in Christ right there. It's equal. It's equal, and the only reason I said that is because that Dylan, he played in a better, a harder conference and all that stuff. He played against some good teams,
Mhm.
and the one thing that I think that everybody blaming Dion. But I'm going to blame Dan Orlowski. Dan Orlowski, you are the reason that Shedeur Sanders fell. Because when you came out and pointed out his flaws, the whole world ended up learning his flaws. Because you said Deion Sanders was the hardest quarterback to evaluate. You said 25% of his passes was bad because of line play. You said 25% of his passes was down the field, and you said 50% of his passes didn't go past 5 yards. You exposed the man, Dan Orlowski. You exposed him. And that's why they want him at number 2.
But check it out. What offense was Oregon running? Is it similar to something that Cleveland's running? I'm just saying. I mean, you got these guys operate out of the spread, shotgun. Whose game you feel is going to translate to the NFL game based on Stefanski's system? Go ahead, Chrissy. Go ahead.
Well, okay, so this is going to be a huge test for Shedeur because he's a baby. Come on, let's be honest. He's only
so is goddamn Dylan. He looked like a baby. He 5'11", short ass. You know what?
Okay, but listen. Gabriel Dillon didn't have a whole team and his dad coaching him, follow him for 4 years. Shedeur was coached by his dad at Jackson State for 2 years. And then him and a bunch of the entourage went to Colorado. So for the next 2 years, he was coached by his dad again and the entourage.
And Pat Shermer.
Right,
and Warren Sapp was on the team, so he has a better pedigree than any of the other.
They're not with him now, though. That's my point. They're all not with him now.
What that supposed to mean, though?
What does that mean?
How is he going to do now? Because they also mentioned before the draft that when Shedeur was passing, a lot of the longer balls weren't getting to the receivers. We talked about this before. He's not going to have Hunter that knows, oh, I got to backtrack 3 more yards because I know Shedeur's not going to get me the ball. So that's what I'm saying. He's not going to have that whole group of guys that he's been with for the last 4 years with him.
Christy, none of these quarterbacks are going to have the guys.
Exactly.
Come on, are you serious? None of these guys.
Were his numbers better because of that? Because he had played with them for so long, and they.
So you feel like Shedeur shined because he had Travis Hunter.
Maybe he had an advantage. Look at Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne. They were a great duo, and they went from college to pro together, and they do great together. Shedeur doesn't have his Etienne with him.
And that's why he's supposed to be a professional. When Barry said he's gonna get in here and he's gonna have to work. He got to work. These guys, all these guys,
he did say he has a lot to learn.
These guys are coming into a Kevin Stefanski, like I said, West Coast version of Bill Walsh's offense, and they have to learn. Even goddamn baby hands, Kenny Pickett. These guys are all new. The only guy who has experience with Kevin Stefanski is Flacco. That's why I'm saying right now, Flacco will be the starter unless he gets hurt or something happens. These three other dudes are going to battle for the number 2, and reps are
lead that there.
Oh, I am.
Go finish. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, I'm good. Dylan played 6 years in college. 6 years. Good Lord.
6 years. Hey, and that's what we got.
He got a PhD.
We got a 6 years, man. He used that COVID year. How good is a quarterback? Quarterbacks come out in 2, 3. Sometimes when you get them in the 4th, it's cool. 6. This man graduated 2 years ago. What was he still doing on him and Shannon Sharp going back to that college campus for?
He's got lots of experience. He's only a year older than Shedeur, but he's got lots of experience.
Shedeur probably did 5. I know Shiloh did 5 or 6. Oh, man. Is that a good sign when you pick up in the 3rd round, you pick up a college quarterback that played 6 years and still after 6 years go in the 3rd round? These people were in when you was a senior, it was in middle school, and you still ain't better than them. And you went, come on, man, come on, and he a lefty. One more thing.
He was the number 1 quarterback for the Heisman Trophy race. He was the first quarterback in line for the Heisman Trophy. So that's got to tell you something.
Because he played 12 years in college.
He had lots of experience.
He should have been in the pros.
Hey,
this man, this is
a Brown now, so it doesn't matter.
This is Chris Winkie. Chris Winkie came out when he was like 28. That was a grown man with a 401k.
Let me take Jeffrey. Jeffrey, let me tell you something. Kenny Pickett he's all right. He's not better than Flacco, bro. He's not. He's not on no level yet. He's going to compete too. Baby Hands is going to compete. Yes, I said it. Baby Hands is going to compete. And they're going to go out there and they said let the best man win. But I'm telling you, Flacco is going to be the starter. Now, what happens after that, we don't know. But right now, I'm giving Flacco the rep because he knows my system. My job is on the line with 3 guys who have never played in my offense. And now you just want to, hey, James, we're just going to take Kenny Pickett. Nah, hell no. They're going to battle that.
I got a question.
Go ahead, bro.
How smart, so for everybody, we think we're smart and we all Browns fans. How smart is it to have? We got 4 quarterbacks.
Yes, sir.
3 right hands and 1 left hand. How hard is that going to be for the line? How hard is that going to be for the how when you taking a snap, then we got the ball spinning one way, then it's coming back the other way, then the line got to shift this way, the line got to shift that way for is it going to be hard to transition with a left-hand quarterback trying to learn? Dylan Gabriel is left-handed.
Why are you picking on him so much?
No, I'm not picking on him. I'm saying is that smart?
Him left and right. Is it?
We picking all the answers.
That's like all Shedeur Sanders. But I'm just saying, is it hard for our line? Is it smart to have a lefty? And I wish we had Coach on here, but as a line, as a organization, is that smart to have a lefty in there?
I will say this, put that one back up. He said about what did he say about
which one?
He said Pickett. They said Pickett might not be here. I'm just gonna say he is still a veteran. He's been on 2-3 teams already. He still has veteran. You can't count him out. I didn't say he was going to win. You can't count him out because he still has an understanding of an NFL offense. Somebody between hopefully the Browns will learn from their mistakes before they have to go looking for another Bailey Zappi, another one of them guys, that they keep 3 guys and put one of these guys on the practice squad. They do this every year. Oh, we're going to trade Dobbs off. And then now all of a sudden we're fishing for another goddamn quarterback. Hopefully they learn from their mistakes to try to keep these 4 guys around. Somebody going to be on the practice squad. A couple people might be activated. Then the other cat ain't going to even suit up. I don't want to be in that situation where in the middle of the season now we're hunting for another quarterback when we had somebody there who was suitable. I don't expect a lot from this team. I don't expect Nick Chubb to be on the team because they saying Chicago wants him to. So it's something we got to deal with. But I do not. I'm standing on 10 toes down. Joe Flacco will be the starter, at least at the beginning of the season. I'm sorry.
Rachel.
He
What?
wild. He wild. He a wild boy. He wild. That's my dog. I love him. I love him.
Yeah, you know
He
what?
love.
The
He
And
only
the
really
Browns
Kenny
has no
Pickett.
clue what they're talking about.
Hold on, time out.
Hey,
The
you
only
said it, Angela.
one-
I didn't.
Listen, the only reason why I want Kenny Pickett to stay on the team,
Mhm.
we didn't pick up his next year option, by the way. So 2026, he's completely done with us anyway. But the only reason why I want him to stay on the team right now is because Flacco is going to be our starter. Okay,
Correct.
plain and simple. He's got the most experience. We're not going to throw Gabriel out there. We're not going to throw Shedeur out there. That'd be just freaking stupid. And Kenny, I'm sorry, he's not good enough to win that #1 spot. But I think we will keep him around just in case, God forbid, something were to happen where they need to replace Joe for a little bit. Kenny would then be the backup. I don't think we're going to throw the rookies in there. It would be so stupid of us to do that because, hello, what has happened to every single rookie quarterback that we throw in there when we have no line?
But
Yeah, and that's why I
if
said,
we go with go ahead.
and that's why I said you do not throw Pickett to the wolves just yet. You know, people, we gotta let these guys go to training camp.
I don't.
We got to
agree
let
with
them compete. We got to let them get their reps. We got to let them get the playbook. And like I said, those 3 guys have not played in Stefanski's offense. So there's going to be a shot at the #2. Now, if Shedeur can come up,
what bearded Browns is smoking.
but check it out. If Shedeur comes up and be #1, I mean, gets the #2, okay, cool. If it's your boy Shorty from Oregon, that's fine. But I want the most capable, the best quarterback out there on the field. And I personally don't give a good goddamn who it is. I want to win games. We want to win. And like I said before, I felt that the owner interfered in their game plan of how they wanted to draft these guys, when they wanted to draft these guys, and how they want to do it. It is what it is.
What my thing is, the reason why I say I don't agree with Angel, I don't agree with Christy, is because we got 2 rookies we need to figure out. So if Flacco is hurt or if Flacco ain't doing nothing, we need to know what we going into next year's draft about. We can't pick Kenny Pickett in and we go from Joe Flacco the end of season with Kenny Pickett, and we just drafted 2 rookies. And guess what? If we got a bad record, we're not going to pick up a quarterback, and we don't even know what we got out of
If we got a bad record, somebody
the rookies didn't get them killed.
Yeah, somebody getting the pink slip. Somebody
every rookie plays.
Every rookie plays in the preseason. In the preseason, we got 4 guys, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all
we got to quit that. We do this every single season. We use all the quarterbacks. Let's use all the quarterbacks. This one's not working. Let's throw this one in there. No.
But how are you going to evaluate somebody on the bench? As my man, my cousin, Mike Tomlin, Pittsburgh Steelers coach, what he always say? You can't spar unless you get in the ring. And that you can't spar. You got to get in the ring.
But
and we ain't gonna know what we got out of Dylan Gabriel, and we're not gonna know what we got out of Shedeur unless
if your main fighter is knocking people out, why are you putting this guy in? If your main boxer is knocking people, oh well, you know what? He knocked 5 people.
No, I didn't say that. I wasn't saying that.
You said you had to get in. Why would you put another guy in? Hold on. If Joe Flacco wins the first 5 games, you just gonna switch him out because you want to see how the next guy do?
No, I didn't say that. No.
You know what they do? They put him in the 4th quarter when we win it, and so we can see. That's
no. Christy said keep Kenny Pickett if Flacco gets hurt. I said bring him in if Flacco gets hurt. I didn't say do Justin Fields and bring somebody in that's 4-0. I said
that was a whole nother strategy. So we're talking about Cleveland. We ain't talking about Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a winning culture. They win games. It's 6 rings. They do this for we don't got 1 damn ring. So I can't sit here and tell Mike
That's not what he's saying, though. That's not what he said.
Hold on. We cannot sit there and I can't worry about what Mike Tomlin doing, man. I understand what you're saying. Hold on, Christy, damn it. I want to know what the Browns are going to do. What they're going to do with these guys. I say do not get rid of anybody until it's a proper evaluation done. We ain't took a snap. That rookie mini camp don't start the next week. We already talked about cutting people already and trading people off, and we ain't even goddamn seen them hike the goddamn football.
Don't go there because you said that about my man Nick Chubb. You said Nick Chubb is gone, but now
Nick,
we can't say it.
Nick. I said Nick had to take a pay cut if he wanted to stay here. If he wants to stay at Cleveland Brown, Nick gonna have to take a damn near veteran minimum.
You said he going to Chicago because Chicago looking at him.
Chicago, exactly, because Chicago's willing to give him a little bit more money than the Browns are willing. We just drafted 2 running backs, so we Gucci. I would love for Nick to stay here, but unfortunately, with Judkins, that's going to be a problem. They'll probably keep Ford. They'll keep because Ford's still in a rookie deal. Nick Chubb looking for some money.
Let's speak on her comment. Let's speak on her comment. She said, "If Flacco gets hurt, who are you putting in?"
I didn't say if he gets hurt.
Like I said, we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten there yet. We don't know. We haven't gotten there yet. You have a veteran in Pickett. You might have to use Pickett if something happens, unless Shedeur and old boy can beat this guy out.
Right.
That's the most logical explanation.
Kenny ain't getting in, Angel.
Because
anybody that you put on the practice squad, somebody can take. So somebody has to go.
Figure.
It is what it is.
Learn. See that? We just need to watch and learn.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes. Take lots of notes. Yep.
Y'all, wow. All right, y'all, man. This is
open up the playbook.
Open up the playbook. Get the Microsoft tablet and do what Johnny Manziel didn't do and read the goddamn place. It is what it is.
For the love of God.
You know, I need a massage. I need one too.
My neck is dead.
We are all
yeah,
up
let's
against
go. I need to break off of this.
Appreciate everybody who's live. This might be a new live record. I appreciate that, man. Everybody that's coming on, man. We have so many good things. Make sure you stay tuned. July 18th for Anthony Griggs Celebrity Youth Football Camp, where we're going to be bringing some people in, man. Here at Cleveland Central Catholic in Cleveland, man. We doing stuff for the community like kids, and you know I appreciate all the love and all the support we do. And y'all got anything else to say before we go?
Yes, I have something. Let's all try to be positive. These guys all wear orange and brown now, for now. Okay. So there's nothing that we're going to do or say that's going to change that. And, you know, let's band together. Let's be fans together. Let's stop fighting each other on stupid stuff that, you know, doesn't need to be fought about. Let's go Browns.
No doubt. TP.
I just want to say, I mean, if y'all like the content that we are putting out, please like and share. We here every Wednesday, every Thursday. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all that stuff. We're doing this for y'all. We're not doing this for us. We're doing it for y'all that like the Browns. We like the Browns. Keep supporting us. And the only way that we can keep growing is while you keep commenting and liking and sharing.
No doubt. And get all your official license gear from fanatics.com. Even though Shedeur is coming out with his own custom jersey and they're trying to boycott it, get all your gear there. Guardian Caps taking one hit at a time. Leans AI. Get your hedge bets. Do everything. Get the information that you need. And like I say every week, oh my God. Go Browns, bitches. And we will see y'all next week. Peace.
Yes, peace.